Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, class. So, chapter 9 is about creating forms. Okay, chapter 9 is about creating forms. So, here we are. Chapter 9, page 101, creating forms. Forms here are used to accept information from the user. It's used a graphical user interface. Okay, I'll give you an example of this form here, which is a login form. Okay, it's used to collect information from the user. It is name and his password. Or you can get a login button too. But how do you do this? Okay, so let's get started. Okay, first, what do I have? I'll have anwriter and I'll need a new file. I'll create a new file. Okay, so the main tag used to create a form is the form is itself a form tag. Okay, the second tag that you can use to create accessories, I can say accessories in the form. Okay, it's what we call the input tag. Input tag is very important. Input tag on page 103, it's extremely important. So the input tag is used to accept information from the user. What kind of information is it? What type of information? A text box. It can be text box, password, a red button, image, or any other thing. It can even be a button. Yes, so then the input tag has got one very important attribute is type. Type used to specify the type or the kind of input that will be collected. The data will be collected into which form? It can be collected into a form. It can be collected as a text, as a password, as a clicking or a OK button, okay, a tick, a radio button, and so on. So let's get going. I'll have my HTML tag in here. Okay, here we go. Go there up. Good practice. HTML up, opening and closing, and I'll get the body opening. I just need these ones and body closing. Okay, so here we go. Okay, the next thing we know that we had alphas. I'm going to choose alphas. Would be that's not alphas, so a capital. Alphas International School. Okay, I want Alphas International School to be in the middle, and I want it to be like H2 beer. Okay, H2 opening and H2 closing. Great. So I want it also to be in the middle, so I'll say center. Now, okay, and center closing. Great. Then the next thing is I'm going to create space using the p tag, p character, and login form. Login form. Okay. Now I'm going to save it. I'll check for my folder, which used to be websites. Okay. I'll name it. I'm going to name it login form 1 and save. Okay. I save and here we go. And but I want the login form to be bigger somehow. Then I'll choose H3, which will make the character bigger. H3 opening. Let me remove that. And H3 closing. So here we go. Then I'll change the color to light blue. I got used to light blue. I like light blue. That's first color. Dark blue. light blue, alphas color. Okay, good. So the next thing is surname and password. And the bottom will remain with three things. I'll go on with P paragraph. That will help me to create some space. Then that will be surname, name. Okay. And I was talking about the input tag. Input tag that will help me to create a text box. So, what is the type of input I want? I want a text box. I say type is equal to text box. Okay. And then together with type comes the name of the text box, the maximum length, maximum characters that will be accepted in the text box, and the size of the text box, and the value, so the text that will be displayed in the text box. That it. And we are going to say align if it has to be top, left, bottom, center, or anywhere. So I'm going to say size first to make everything simple. I want it to be 10. That doesn't have to be too large text box. Okay, and save. Let me check. Good. So I got a surname and a text box. That is what I call a text box. Good. So we'll continue. Remaining the password. Password will be, I'll create a paragraph here. Let's say password. Okay, password. Input. Type of input will be, the type of input will be, the type of input will be password. That is, the type of input will be password. And the size of the box, password box, will be, let me say, 9. And so, and then the maximum size, maximum length of the password, I want people to get limited to like 8 characters. I'm going to say 8 characters. Maximum password will be 8 characters, not more than 8 characters. Good. Here we go. Now I save. Input type, password size 9, maximum length. Okay. That. Here we go. Saved. And we go. So I got a password. See, if I type it is dashed, it's like hidden. Okay, then here comes the login button. I want space between the password box and my login button, so I'm going to say P to create a paragraph, and inside the paragraph will be my button. To insert a button, I'm going to use the input tag. Still input tag, and the text, the type of the input will be a button, just like a button. Simply say button. But what will be written on the button? We say value. Value is displays the initial text in the text box. Even on the button will have the text value. Okay, it will be value. So I'm going to say login. That's what will be displayed on the button. Okay, save and play. Here we go. We got a form, a surname, okay, something written, a password, and the login button that can be clicked, but taking us nowhere yet because you are in just the design process. That is, you are just creating a form, the look, how the form can be displayed. The rest, where the data is going, can be made using PHP and MySQL, a database where data will actually go in the form of a table. Okay, that is not our purpose. We are talking about HTML display, how the text, how the form can be designed, and other things. What will go behind need another set of software, another set of programming language. PHP and MySQL can help us to create database, can help us to send the data in here in this box, in the box, into a database. When you press the login button, the data will be submitted from this box. You see here, from the text box, from the password box to the database. Okay, good. That is what this lesson is about.